Hello. Good day. Hello, beautiful children of China. It's your teether. I said teether. You know why I said teether? Because these are my teeth. Teeth. I said the wrong word. Teether. No, those might come out later. Let's start all over again. Ready? Hello, beautiful children of China. It's your teacher, Timothy. Get the cobwebs out of your mind. It's time to learn something new. Just me and you. Today we are going to talk about writing, understanding the writing traits. Now the word trait is interesting. It means the regular way, a good habit, to develop good habits, understanding the writing traits, understanding good habits of writing. How do we write? How do we create something that is interesting for someone else to read? That's the good question. So we're going to learn some words right off the bat. Right off the bat, that means right away. We're going to learn these words right here. See this one right here? This one, this word. Can you say it? Ideas. Those are the things you think of in your head. Oh, I got an idea. So start with good ideas. The second word, oh, it's a big word. Sometimes it's not as much of a fun word, but it feels good. Organization, to organize things in just a way that people understand them. Make your words and sentences easy to follow, right? So let's keep going. The other words that we're going to look at here as we go to learn good traits of writing, this one right here, can you say it? Voice. The sounds as if you're really interested in the process. Like, you don't fake it, don't write about something. Sometimes you have to write about something you're not that interested in, but you can still find part of it that you like to write about. Always find something that's like, oh, that's amazing. And then write about that, because that will be interesting, right? That's your voice. So let's look here. What's another one? Word choice. Choose the best words. Think about the words you choose so that they're interesting. There are words that are boring and there are words that are interesting. Sentence fluency. Ooh, that word sentence, we know what a sentence is, a group of words that say something. Fluency means like fluid. Fluid is water is fluid. Things that move, right? That aren't stuck. So making sure that your sentence can move and is not stuck. Sentence fluency. Use sentences that are fun to read so that people want to go right through it and read the next one. And the last one, the conventions. That's a fancy way of saying the rules of writing. Remember the rules. We just are going to talk about 3 rules, and it will help a lot. It'll help a lot. So let's go on. Let's go further down. We're going to start with that first one. Well, first of all, it's going to talk about use the traits Jake knows about the zoo. He writes about something that he saw. So Jake goes to the zoo. It's always a good idea to go to the zoo if you can go to the zoo. And if you want to write something about that, that might be a good field trip, right? Because anytime I'm kind of bored, I go to the zoo. If I want to write a new song and I'm stuck and I can't write a song, I go to the zoo. If I want to write a poem and I'm kind of stuck and I'm kind of not very interested, I go to the zoo. So Jake went to the zoo and he's going to talk about something he saw. I'll bet he saw something that really caught his eye and it made it interesting for us to read. First of all, what the heck is this? What the heck is this over here? Do you know what this is right here? Can you see? I'm going to draw a line on it. What do you know what that is? Can you say the name of that animal? Let's see. It'll come up later, I'm sure. Can you tell what it is? Wait a minute. Can I do it? I don't have as long of a neck. Do you know what that animal is? Let's keep going. Oh, and there's Jake. There's Jake right there. He's looking at this paper and he had already seen this animal. So I want you to stop for a moment. You can stop the recording right after this sentence. And I want you to tell your partner, somebody in the room, about something that you've seen. Maybe you didn't go to the zoo. Jake went to the zoo. But maybe you saw something earlier today or yesterday that was really interesting. Maybe it was something scary. Maybe it was something funny. Maybe it was something beautiful. So I stop right now and tell them about that thing. Go ahead. All right, we are back. So did you tell them about something? I know something that I saw just yesterday. I was looking in the yard where I live and I started to think, oh, there's a deer. Do you know what a deer is? It's a big animal, almost as big as a horse, and they're wild. And it was right in my yard, right by my house. And they're not dangerous. You don't have to worry about deer. They're usually very scared. And so I stood very still. And I watched what that deer was eating, little tender grasses. And that was so beautiful. It was a beautiful thing, easy for me to write about, easy for me to talk about, because I love it so much. So did you talk with your partner about something? Jake has some ideas. So the next one we just did, we're coming up here on the first thing for writing, ideas. Remember the word ideas when they get into your head? Start with great ideas. So what do you have? What do you have that's interesting? Don't choose something that's boring. Choose something that's interesting. If I were going to choose something that's boring, I would just sort of write, actually, is there anything that's really boring? That's a good question. I was just going to say my fingernail, like, oh, my fingernail is so boring. But you know what? If I went and talked to a doctor about my fingernail, I bet I'd learn things about it that were amazing. So maybe everything, maybe you just have to look further and dig deeper and everything is amazing. That's my theory. But start with good ideas. Ideas, you start with them. So Jake thinks about his trip to the zoo and he writes words, just single words about what he saw. So what did he write? Oh, there's that word right there. That's the animal that we were talking about. Can you say it? Giraffe, the long neck, right? And here, look, he wrote this word down. Leaves. Do you know what leaves are? Where do they grow? That's right, on a tree. Why do you think he wrote the word leaves? What's this word here? Oh, say it. Green. Yes, you know what's green? Is the giraffe green? Are the leaves green? Okay. So let's keep looking at words that Jake may have written down here. He's writing down ideas. He's writing down single words, just ideas. Good idea, Jake. Keep writing. Oh, here's something else. He wrote down the word eating. So out of those 4 words, giraffe, green, leaves, eating, can you guess what he is interested in? What are his ideas? I think I can guess his ideas right there. So he's writing down these words. I'd like you to stop right now. And the thing that you thought of, I want you to write down some words. Go ahead and write them down. Go ahead and stop right now. Good. I wrote down remember I was telling you about what I had seen? I wrote down this word, deer. That's what was in my yard. I also wrote down shy. That means that the deer wants to run away, is a little bit scared. I also wrote down brown, because their fur is so beautiful and brown. And then I also wrote down black eyes. Black eyes. They have beautiful, shiny black eyes. What did you write down? Oh. Show your partner what you wrote down. I wish I could see it. I wish I could see it. Jake wrote down giraffe, leaves, green, and eating. Let's keep going with Jake here to see, we're talking about ideas. We know the words which words tell us what Jake saw? We already talked about that. The giraffe must be eating something green, So we come to the next section here. We come to the next section, organization, right? Make your words and sentences easy to read. So this comes with some experience. It takes a while, some practice, but you'll get it. You'll get it. You'll organize your words, and that's what we're practicing today. So Jake organizes his ideas into sentences. You have to add a few more words and make sentences. And he puts the words in the order that makes sense. He can't really say them in backwards order. You got to figure out how to organize the words so it makes sense. So here he did it, didn't he? Look at this. I saw a giraffe eating. Now, if I were, I want you, he said, I saw a giraffe eating. Can you organize, go ahead and stop the recording and organize your words into a sentence right now. Go ahead. Okay, we're back. So I'm going to organize my words into a sentence. The shy deer has I'm going to change this. The shy brown deer, see, I was organizing. I went back and changed it. Has black eyes. The shy brown deer has black eyes. Well, that's good. I organized that. Now I have a sentence. What did you have? I wish I could hear it. Can you read it for your friend there in the room? Good. We'll keep organizing our words so that they make sense and they're easy to read. And why did Jake put his words in that order? Well, I'll tell you why. Because then a person can know what he wants to say. It's the right organized line of the sentence is organized correctly. So now we come to another one. This is the next one. We did ideas, we did organization, and now we're going to do the voice. What is your voice? What is my voice? What are the interesting words that you use? Jake adds words that sound like he really likes his topic. It's good to even really just like your topic, and then it comes easily because I'm so excited about this deer. I'm going to add some words here about the deer. The shy brown deer has black eyes. I'm going to add some words just because I'm so excited about it to make it more interesting. I'm going to add let me just get this up here. I think I'm going to change it. The shy brown deer has black eyes. Yeah. And let's change it to the shy brown deer has big, black, shining eyes. Yeah, that's more interesting, and it shows my excitement. The shy brown deer has big, black, shining eyes. Not scary, beautiful. Maybe we should put the word beautiful in there too. The shy brown deer has big, black, beautiful, shining eyes. Now they're not scary when we put the word beautiful. And now we've organized it, and we've also brought my voice to it. So I want you to do that with your sentence. Bring your voice. Add some words that make it more interesting. You can stop now and do that. Okay, we're back. So we have now talked about what is Jake's voice. What did he add? What is Jake's voice? What's your voice? What's my voice? We talked about my voice already. Oh, look what he did. Now this is interesting. Let's read his sentence. I saw a giraffe eating and eating. That does say something. It means that giraffe was eating for a long time and more and more. Jake must have thought, whoa, he's eating a lot. I saw a giraffe eating and eating. And that's Jake's voice. That makes it more interesting. What did you add to yours? Tell your neighbor. And we know what I added to mine. The shy brown deer has big, black, beautiful, shining eyes. Yeah. So we're going to go to our next topic. We've talked about ideas. We've talked about organizing words. We've talked about your voice, special words. And now we're going to talk about word choice. We're going to talk about word choice. Right here, word choice. Choose the best words that make a clear picture in the reader's mind so that when they read it, they can see what you're talking about, right? Yeah. Choose that. I'm just going to check how I'm doing on time here. Oh, good. We have plenty of time. So, choose the best words that make a clear picture in the reader's mind. Jake chooses a color word that makes a clear picture in the reader's mind. So he adds a color. Let's see what Jake says. I saw a giraffe eating green leaves. Well, that's good. It tells us what he was eating and the color of what he was eating. That's good. I've already said a black, beautiful, shining eyes. So I did that. And I'll bet you did too. But you can choose more words that make a good picture in your reader's mind. And then ask your friend to read it and ask them to close their eyes and then say, can you see what I'm describing? Can you see it in your imagination? So go ahead and do that. Okay, we're back. I hope that you can see it in your imagination. Can you see it if you close your eyes right now and I say the shy brown deer has big, black, beautiful, shining eyes. Can you see that? And can you see what Jake is saying? Close your eyes again. I saw a giraffe eating green leaves. Can you see that? I can see that. Jake has done a good job with his choice of words. The words that he's chosen help us to see it. Without seeing it in front of our eyes, we can use our imagination and we can see it quite well. So now we're going to move on to the next one. Sentence fluency. There's that word that we want it to be interesting. We want it to be easy to read. We want to get through the sentence, and so we want to read the next sentence, right? Sentence fluency. Use sentences that are fun to read. You might use long and short sentences. Jake adds another idea, but his writing is hard to read. He makes one long sentence and one short sentence. And now his writing is a lot easier to read and more fun to read, right? Let's see what he did. He added another idea, but he made two sentences. I saw a giraffe eating green leaves. The giraffe was very hungry. So there are two sentences. How do you know that there are two sentences now? Well, they both start with a capital letter, don't they? A sentence always starts with a capital letter. So that, will you point to the capital letter in the sentence? There's one right there, I, and the other one is, they already have it made red there, don't they? Those are the capital letters. And the end of the sentence has a what? An end mark of some kind. It could be a period like this. It could be a question mark. It could be an exclamation mark, right? But they all have that, so we can see the two sentences there. There's another one here, right? So if I'm going to make another sentence, let me just think I would like you to add another idea into your writing, like Jake did. He said, I saw a giraffe and it was eating green leaves. The giraffe was very hungry. I'm going to say something here, and then you'll do it yourself. Let me write this right here. Can you see it? Let's move up here so you can see my writing. The shy brown deer has big, black, beautiful, shining eyes. It sees me and leaps away. It sees me and boop, leaps away. So there, now there's a picture. There's another thought. Can you stop now and add another one for you for your sentence fluency, that you get through the first one and the next one, and make sure you don't have too many words in one sentence, but that you have two sentences? Go. Okay, we're back. So we have done sentence fluency, and you have written about your idea, the thing that you got an idea about. Jake has written about his, and I have written about mine. How many sentences did Jake make? How many did you make? I made 2 also. I bet you did too. So the last thing we do when we're writing is called conventions. They call it conventions. It's a fancy word for like checking a few things, right? Making sure that things look right, right? So the first thing we always check are the rules of writing. And he makes a neat copy, Jake does, and you should too. After you've done all this rough work, then you stop and you make a neat copy, and you make sure that the first word in the sentence has a capital letter, good. And after the last word is an end mark, a question mark, exclamation mark, or a period, right? And then last, you make sure that all the words are spelled correctly. You may have to look some up. And Jake did all that. And so he knows now, oh, look what he has. He has a beautiful last draft. It's a final draft. And I want you to stop. After we talk here, it's in a minute or two, I want you to stop and to make a final draft. Take 5 or 10 minutes and get a new piece of paper and get out your best writing, your most beautiful writing, and with a pencil, make the most beautiful, with it spelled correctly, with capital letters, and with periods at the end, okay? Let's look at Jake's. He wrote this. I'm going to get rid of my words here. They're just kind of confusing. We already talked about those. So here's what Jake wrote on his final draft. It looks so good. Would you read it with me? The Zoo. Oh, he gave it a title. That's a good. You can give it a title too. I think I would give my title, The Deer. That's what I would call mine. You can figure out. But Jake called his The Zoo. And then he said, I saw a giraffe eating and eating green leaves. There's a period, capital letter. The giraffe was very hungry. And then he's done. And it looks good, doesn't it? And there are no big marks on it, and there are no words spelled incorrectly, and there's no one that spilled their milk on it, right? So that's what I want you to do now. Would you stop? And then we'll talk one more time. Write your beautiful draft out starting now. Okay, I wish I could see what you did, because I bet it's amazing. I bet it looks good. And you saw what I was writing here. You can see what Jake was writing here. And you can look here and check off. He has a checklist of capital letters and end marks and spelling. So those are the, I hope that you learned something there about how to create something that's interesting for other people to read. We're going to talk a little bit about nouns here, singular nouns and plural nouns. Those are fancy words. But a singular noun is a name of one person or one place or one thing. A plural noun are names more than one person, more than one place, or more than one thing. And usually, to get something that's a plural noun, we just add an S at the end, like 1 girl, 3 girls. We just add the S, right? Look at, there's a garden. There are 2 gardens. There's a plural. Here is 1 hammer, but all the workers have many hammers. They just add an S on the end to make it plural, right? So that's easy. Just add an S to the noun. Some nouns are irregular and you can't just add an S, and we'll talk about those in a second, but most of them are like this. So spell the plural of each noun below. You can stop this and take a look. Here's number 1 is kite. Read them with me. Number 2 is coat. Number 3 is orange. Number 4 is nest. Number 5 is sock. Number 6 is car. Stop it now and change each of those from 1 to 2 or more. Good. So your first one should say not kite, but kites. You should have added an S at the end, just like this. Right? Kites. Coat turns into coats. Orange turns into oranges. Ooh, I like oranges. Nest turns into nests. Sock turns into socks. Car turns into cars. So we just made those into more than one. We made plural nouns out of singular nouns. That was simple. I hope that that's what you did too when you stopped. And now it talks about making plurals. Plurals means just more than one. And all you do is add an S on. We already talked about that. So look at these. Here's book and books. Pencil and pencils. Teacher and teachers. Some nouns use new words. Now these are the irregular ones to make a plural. And you just have to learn those. You'll learn them if you just read a lot, and pretty soon you'll understand it. But for example, child, one child, you're a child, I have a child, but I also have 4 children. One child, 4 children. It's a new word. You can see in the word, there's the word child, but they added 3 letters on children. And foot, feet. 1 foot, 2 feet, right? It's a new word. 1 man, 2 men. 1 woman, 2 women. So it's the same. There they are. Men, man, men, woman, women. Women. They say women. It's a little different. You can't say woman. Well, you can, but it's more. It's either woman or women. A singular noun names one person, place, or thing. A plural noun names more than one person, more than one place, more than one thing. We've said that, but it's good to say it over and over, isn't it? So cat turns into cats. Good. Dog turns into dogs. Good. Bug turns into bugs. Good. Apple turns into apples. Good. Try to say it first. Friend turns into friends. Right. So here we are. Listening. This is really a good one, because when you listen to people talk, you can learn a lot by listening. When you listen to people who maybe were born in America and they are speaking Chinese, you can learn from their accent how to speak English, American English, because they can't say certain words. And sometimes they talk in a certain part of their mouth that is surprising to listen to. So learn from that too. Listen to their accent and try to speak English with those sounds. But if you listen, you can learn a lot. It says here that listening is an important way to learn at home and at school. And here are some rules that you can follow to help you listen to parents and teachers and friends. Here are some rules. Sit quietly or stand still. Like when I was watching that deer and listening to that deer, very still. I learned something when I was that way. Look at the person who's talking. Look right at them. Listen for important words. Fluency. Green. Leaves. Words that are important. Ask any questions after the person stops talking. Let them come to an end, and then you can ask a question. Anything. If needed, draw pictures or write notes about what you hear. Drawing pictures is a good way to remember things. Sometimes you look at the picture and you remember everything. Yep. So there we have it. I'm going to look at my time and see how I'm doing here. Yeah, good. We finished our lesson, and we're right at the right time. So I just want to say goodbye. It was good. Goodbye, my friends. This is Timothy signing off. Thank you for a good lesson. Now I'm happier, you're smarter, and the whole world is a little smaller.